Power gets all the spotlight in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But the real game changers? They use their minds. Today, we are counting down the top 10 smartest characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Some bend science, others break reality, but every single one is a genius. Let's get into it. Peter Parker. Peter Parker might be young, but his brain is already operating on a genius level. We are talking about a kid who designed his own web fluid and custom web shooters in his bedroom. That alone puts him ahead of most scientists in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He is an expert in physics, chemistry, and engineering, and he constantly applies that knowledge in the field. Whether he is building spider suits that rival Stark tech or cracking multiversal problems that stump seasoned veterans, Peter has proven himself time and time again. In No Way Home, he successfully created cures for multiple villains, all with limited tools and under extreme pressure, and he was able to outthink some of the smartest minds from different universes. Tony Stark saw his potential from day one, and that says everything. Peter's still growing, still learning, and still becoming better, which might be the scariest part. He is not just smart for his age. He is one of the smartest people in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, period. But while Peter's brilliance is grounded in Earth's science, our next genius operates on a whole other level and a whole other galaxy. Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon might look like just another genetically modified space critter, but do not let the sarcasm and attitude fool you. He is one of the most intelligent beings in the entire galaxy. Rocket understands machinery, weaponry, and engineering on a level that most Earth scientists cannot even begin to comprehend. He has built devices capable of disabling starships, hacking interstellar systems, and even disassembling highly advanced tech in seconds. When Earth's mightiest heroes needed a new Infinity Gauntlet, Rocket was one of the only minds trusted to help recreate it. And that was just another Tuesday for him. He has casually mentioned building weapons that can destroy moons, upgraded entire spacecrafts mid-battle, and knows his way around galactic tech better than most Earth scientists know their own phones. He is not just smart, he is resourceful, fast-thinking, and always 5 steps ahead. Even Tony Stark and Bruce Banner had to respect what Rocket brought to the table. And while Rocket is a master of machines, our next genius is someone who turned his mind toward something much more mystical and unlocked a whole different kind of power. Dr. Strange. Dr. Stephen Strange started as one of the most brilliant neurosurgeons on the planet. He had a photographic memory, an unshakable focus, and the kind of precise control that let him pull off procedures nobody else would even attempt. He earned both his medical degree and his doctorate at the same time, and made it look easy. But after the accident that took his hands, Strange redirected that same relentless intellect into the mystic arts. And he did not just learn sorcery, he mastered it. In record time, he absorbed centuries of magical knowledge, rewrote the rules of reality, and even manipulated time itself, using the Eye of Agamotto. By the time we reach Infinity War, he is already playing a mental chess game across millions of possible futures, and he is doing it all in real time. Stephen's intelligence is not just scientific or magical, it is strategic. He makes impossible calculations under pressure and does not flinch. His mind bridges the gap between logic and magic. And just when you think nobody else could compete with that level of brilliance, along comes someone who built a full Iron Man suit before she was even old enough to vote. Riri Williams. Riri Williams is not just a genius, she is a prodigy. By the time she stepped into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, she had already reverse-engineered the Iron Man suit from scratch. Let that sink in. She was barely out of high school, attending the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and running circles around her professors. She built a vibranium detector. She designed her own arc reactor. She created a fully functional Iron Heart armor without access to the kind of endless resources that someone like Tony Stark had. And she did it all in her spare time. Riri's mind is constantly innovating, constantly solving problems, and constantly one step ahead. Even Shuri, the tech mastermind of Wakanda, immediately saw how special she was. There is a rare kind of intelligence that is not just book-smart or technically skilled, but intuitively brilliant, and that is exactly what Riri has. She does not just understand machines, she understands how to push them beyond what anyone thought was possible. But while Riri is the future of innovation, the next genius on our list is the one who literally discovered the smallest building blocks of reality and made them work for him. Hank Pym. Hank Pym is one of those minds that only comes around once in a generation. He is the scientist who discovered Pym particles, a substance capable of shrinking or enlarging matter at the quantum level. That alone would earn him a spot on any list of scientific legends. But Hank did not stop there. He built the original Ant-Man suit, unlocked access to the quantum realm, and became the world's foremost expert in atomic manipulation. Long before the Avengers were even a thought, Hank was already working with SHIELD and developing tech that most scientists would still consider science fiction. His understanding of molecular physics, nanotechnology, and dimensional theory is second to none. And while his personality might be a little sharp, his brilliance is undeniable. He is the kind of scientist who pushes boundaries because he understands them better than anyone else. And when other geniuses like Tony Stark or Bruce Banner start poking around the quantum realm, guess who they call? Exactly. But while Hank's genius operates on the smallest scales imaginable, the next mind on our list is built on a totally different foundation. One powered by gamma radiation and a whole lot of complicated emotions. Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner is a scientist who lives at the intersection of genius and chaos. He is the world's leading expert in gamma radiation, but that is just the beginning. Bruce is also a master of nuclear physics, biochemistry, and cellular regeneration. He is one of the few people Tony Stark considered a true intellectual equal, and for good reason. Together, they created Ultron. They brought Vision to life. Bruce helped solve time travel. And if that was not enough, he also did what nobody else could. He merged his mind with the Hulk's body to become Professor Hulk, a perfect balance of brains and brawn. But behind all that intellect is a man constantly wrestling with the consequences of his own mind. His transformation into the Hulk was the result of trying to replicate the super soldier serum, and that single mistake rewrote the course of his life. Still, Bruce never stopped learning. He never stopped helping. Whether he is operating in a lab or smashing through alien armies, Bruce Banner is always thinking, always calculating. And speaking of calculating, the next genius on our list is not just smart. She is responsible for designing an entire futuristic nation. Shuri. Shuri is not just the princess of Wakanda. She is the future of science and technology. As the head of Wakanda's design group, she is responsible for creating almost every piece of advanced tech the country uses. We are talking about vibranium-powered transit systems, energy shields, remote piloting, and some of the most advanced medical tools on the planet. She designed the Black Panther suit that uses nanotechnology, even before Tony Stark figured it out. Shuri also found a way to safely remove the Mind Stone from Vision without destroying him, something even Bruce Banner had not thought of. And let us not forget, she was the one who helped deprogram the Winter Soldier and bring him back to humanity. Her brain works faster than most people can talk. She is young, fearless, and constantly inventing new ways to push Wakanda and the world forward. In many ways, Shuri represents the perfect blend of culture, tradition, and futuristic innovation. But even though she has built a technological empire, the next name on our list is the man who built the Avengers, created artificial intelligence, and basically engineered the future from a cave, with nothing but his mind and a box of scraps. Tony Stark. Tony Stark did not just redefine what it means to be a genius, he redefined what it means to be a hero. From the moment he built the first Iron Man suit in a cave with barely any resources, it was clear Tony's mind operated on a different level. He perfected the arc reactor, created countless versions of the Iron Man armor, built artificial intelligences like JARVIS and FRIDAY, and even synthesized a brand new element to save his own life. He cracked time travel in a single night. He helped build Ultron, Vision, and the technology behind the nano gauntlet. His tech saved lives, won wars, and helped humanity face off against literal gods. But it was never just about invention. Tony could see problems before they even existed. His ability to predict, strategize, and adapt is part of what made him such a brilliant leader. He always had 10 ideas in his head and 5 backup plans in motion. And even though he made mistakes, Tony always learned, always evolved. But just when you think no one could possibly top that kind of genius, the next mind on our list arrives from another universe entirely, and he might be smarter than everyone else put together. Reed Richards. Reed Richards is not just smart, he is terrifyingly smart. Known as Mr. Fantastic, he is the kind of genius who casually solves interdimensional problems before breakfast. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, his arrival immediately changed the rules. Reed understands the multiverse better than almost anyone. He has mastered astrophysics, molecular biology, time-space mechanics, basically every field that bends reality. He built a teleportation system that spans galaxies, and he is responsible for creating tech that even characters like Tony Stark would struggle to understand. This is the guy who figured out how to travel faster than light. His intellect is not just massive, it is dangerous. Because when Reed starts pulling the strings of the universe, you know something big is coming. And unlike Tony, who thinks with his heart as much as his head, Reed is purely logic. That can make him brilliant and terrifying. His decisions are based on cold reason, not emotion, and that has huge consequences. Reed Richards is the kind of mind that can either save the universe or accidentally tear it apart. But as insanely smart as he is, the final character on our list might be the only one thinking beyond even time, space, and destiny itself. He Who Remains. He Who Remains is not just playing chess across the timeline. He built the board. This mysterious figure, introduced at the end of Loki, is the mastermind behind the entire time variance authority and the sacred timeline. While everyone else in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is reacting to threats, He Who Remains is the one shaping them. He saw every possible version of every person, every universe, and every outcome. And he still chose the exact path that would keep everything from descending into multiversal war. That level of foresight is not just strategic, it is cosmic. He combined science, philosophy, and pure intellect to construct a system that holds the multiverse together with one purpose: to prevent something even worse from coming. His understanding of time, existence, and identity is so advanced that even the smartest minds, like Loki and Sylvie, were completely outmatched. He does not just know what is going to happen, he already accounted for it. Every step, every word, every pause, planned. That is not just intelligence, that is control. And in a universe filled with gods, monsters, and geniuses, He Who Remains might be the only one smart enough to rewrite how it all ends. So those were the smartest minds in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, from young prodigies to multiversal masterminds. If your brain did not melt just a little, let us know which genius blew your mind the most in the comments, and do not forget to like the video and subscribe before we get replaced by an even smarter variant.